down close to the 35-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Now the first carry of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he is hit behind the line of scrimmage. The defense with a statement on the game's first play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's third down. From the gun, it's Love. That'll be caught. It's Josh Jacobs. And he's very close to a first down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short. What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on fourth down. They will indeed go as they look to throw. And he's going to have a Packers first down. They wind up with a gain of 11 on fourth down.
A little bit of a risky decision for some, Mike, but frankly, I really like it. I think the days of being aggressive on fourth down, even on your side of the field, are here to stay. And while some people say this is over-aggressive, in this case, the aggressiveness paid off, and they're going to keep this drive alive.
Completes this one. That's Christian Watson. And they will finally catch up to him and get him down.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
So not quite first and goal. It's first and 10. They're pretty close. Off the play fake. Here's Love. He'll get rid of it and complete it. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
On play action, Love. He keeps it himself. And he churns out some of the hard yards in this area of the field, working it to the 3-yard line. Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Brandon McManus and the field goal unit come on. He'll bang that one through. It's good. And the Packers will take a 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. Anthony Gould now to return. Now an opening past the 30. And he'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line.
Let's go.
Ball rests at the 37. It's first and 10. On the ground for the first time, here comes Jonathan Taylor. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down. From the gun, Richardson. That's the tight end, Alec Cox. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Out of shotgun, Richardson. That's complete. Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield.
Down.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Richardson will give it to Taylor. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard. 2 minutes remain in a 3-0 first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis after this. 2nd and 11.
Let's go now.
Now Richardson. Open man. That's Alec Pierce. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
From the gun on 3rd down, Richardson. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker.
It's 4th down.
On 4th down, Richardson. That's taken in. And he'll be out of bounds at the 5. A gain of 26 yards, and the decision to go for it winds up being a good one.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
They'll run here with Taylor. And he will take this one across.
Jason.
Jonathan Taylor. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Here's Nixon on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. On 1st down, it's Love. He'll let this one rip, looking for
Get
Watson.
there. Come on.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
A 2nd down throw for Love. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down. Coming up. That's a timeout for Green Bay. It'll be their second, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. Third and a yard. Out of the shotgun, it's Love.
Come on.
And this ball incomplete on third down.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points. But after that third down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
No move for the punt team. The offense staying out there for fourth down. He's going to uncork one, looking for Wicks. And he's going to have a Packers first down. They'll have it by a lot. It turns out to be a big gainer on fourth down.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine
Squad.
all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. Jaden Reed was the intended target, and it'll bring up second down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
That is hauled in at the 5. And he's going to be taken down.
First and goal, Green Bay.
For
So
sure.
we've reached the intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Richardson operating from the pistol. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
This offense came into this drive hoping to extend their narrow lead, Mike, but instead, after first down, they find themselves in second and forever following that big sack right out of the gate.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Richardson to throw.
Let's go.
Man coming across the
Big
field,
boy. You got the wheel.
inside the 20. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal.
There's a lot of factors that make this play so successful, Mike, and clearly the ability of this tight end to not only find the open space in the defense, but then after the catch to turn into a runner. That is very rare at the tight end position. We're seeing it more and more often, though, over the last couple years. And then the accuracy.
And he'll take it on in. Alex Pierce. Touchdown, Colts.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break. And You can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. Here's Nixon on the return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. To throw is Love. He'll take a shot for Watson. That is caught. And he will take this one in. 76 yards. Touchdown, Green Bay. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run. Got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here's Gould on the return. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. 1st and 10. Here's Richardson. That's to the left side and taken in by Downs. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
Doing a nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
They'll run on 1st down with Taylor. And a strong 1st down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short. They'll go play action. It's Richardson. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
A tight end in motion now. They'll try and run for this. It's Taylor. A gain there of 11. 1st down, Indianapolis.
Well, after not having much success in the first half, they're able to get something going on the ground here to start the 3rd quarter. I'd love to see the play caller mix in some play action, mix in some pass game. That should open up some of these holes for better situations to run the ball.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a 1st down.
Nice job there, getting the ball to your slot receiver and then letting him get to work. It's a nice feeling as a quarterback when you can just have a short throw, still result in a big game.
14, Packers 9.
Tight end going in motion here. They'll run a draw now with Taylor. And the defense all over this one. They knock him down, and it'll go down as a loss of 2.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Putting the tight end in motion. They'll go again here with Taylor. And he gets this one down inside the 10, but it will set up 3rd and goal.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 10.
On play action, Richardson. This one caught at the 4. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Alec Pierce. Touchdown, Indy. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. Here's Nixon on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Love. First down throw there is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Throwing on 2nd down, Love. He's going to uncork one. Looking for Wicks.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. He's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate.
That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the linebacker, Zaire Franklin.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
On the handoff, it's Taylor. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
They'll drop to throw. That one into the hands of Downs. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. Really nice job there by the quarterback. Get into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Here's 2nd and 2. Taylor going to try to pull his way in. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. The extra point by Gay is good. And the Colts will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Here's Nixon on the return. A good return as he takes it across the 30.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw is Love. He'll let this one rip, looking for Watson.
Again.
So it's a win for the Colts. They proved much the best in this one. Get a solid performance in all 3 phases of the game and ride that to victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Colts, winners here in the Circle City, as we say so long from Indianapolis.
Dang, 2. Can we make it 2 in a row?
Philadelphia is known for having some very vocal fans, and nearly 70,000 of them are letting their voices be heard already. Welcome inside Lincoln Financial Field. Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And we're underway from Philadelphia. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Richardson throwing to start out. Escapes the pocket. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
They send a man in motion. Here's the first carry for Jonathan Taylor. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. This one goes for 3 yards. And it'll be first down, Colts.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board, and the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
He's on the move.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
3rd and short yardage here, Richardson. Catch made over the middle. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Now Richardson on 4th down. Throw is caught by the back. And he's brought down for a loss. And they drag him down just in time. He's shy of that marker. We've got a turnover on downs. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line. 1st and 10. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
Well, that's a tough one because you could see the beginnings of what looked like an explosive play. Let's give some credit here, Kate, to the defense. A great job to bottle him up before it came to fruition.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Hurts setting up to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Slot man in motion right. On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Taken in by Smith. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Offense going for it here. 4th and 5. On 4th down, Hurts. He'll get this one to Brown. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. That big 4th down call is how we close out our first quarter. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. We'll return to the link right after this. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They're looking at 1st down here. Completes this one to Jahan Johnson. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Hurts throwing again. Has a man, it's Brown. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
He'll try to do it himself. And he gets in. Touchdown! The Eagles get the game's first points here in the second. Jalen Hurts with a touchdown on a quarterback sneak to the end zone. The fact that they pulled that out on a 1st and goal, Brock, didn't wait for a later down. Gotta imagine that played a part in its success, don't you?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. It sure did. And I would have loved to see those eyes in the huddle, right? When you call QB sneak and you look at those guys in the huddle, the big guys in particular, many times they will tell you with their body language, we're ready to go. And that group certainly was.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. He's got a lane up past the 30. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Connects on the crosser. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
Best run games in this league at balance can run it inside, and as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
Okay, ready?
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10.
Ready?
From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Richardson now on 2nd and 10. Chased out to his right. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Looking for it. They're on him again, and he goes down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
Kate's pretty clear, isn't it? It's this constant pressure that this defense has imposed on this offense to keep them out of rhythm and build up this lead. This offense is not going to author a comeback if this quarterback continues to run for his life.
And this was pylon hunting for a moment, but it's over the goal line and out the side of the end zone for a touchback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Great, set.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's caught, it's Saquon Barkley. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
From the 39 now, after that explosive start to this drive. On 1st down, Hurts. Able to get it to Barkley. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second and 6 coming up here. Hurts now from the gun. He puts everything behind this one. Into heavy coverage, and that's intercepted. Nick Cross has it. And the Colts take over after forcing the first turnover of this ballgame. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make...
Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. And the Eagles will have a shot at least a field goal here. Maybe the end zone after that return. Well, they had the advantage for a moment, Brock, but turns out that is all just that moment because they throw an interception and give the ball right back.
And for once, both coaches on both sidelines are preaching the same message. Take care of the ball. Not often you see back-to-back plays end in interceptions, and we're right back to where we were just a couple moments ago.
1st and 10. Here's Hurts. That's into the hands of Barkley. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Play made by E.J. Speed. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Shotgun snap for Hurts. And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! The Eagles will add to their lead at the end of the half. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups, and when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. Return coming from the 6. Finds some space, he's past the 30. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. On the return, Britton Covey. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They run it with Saquon Barkley. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Catch is made down the right sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First down, a run with Barkley. And a power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
2nd and 8. Able to find Dotson here. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Running right, it's Barkley. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll pick up a little down to the 12-yard line. Offense up to the line fast. Barkley gets it on 3rd down. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Barkley is in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles grow the lead coming out of halftime. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they paid the price over and over and over again.
That one splits the uprights. And the Eagles stretch their lead to 21. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
Ready.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Get it. Ready.
Taylor gets it to begin the drive. He cuts back left. It's an Indianapolis touchdown! The Colts start the second half with some needed points. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
That one right down the middle. And the Colts get it back to a 14-point game. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Covey now to return this. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. This our last play of the quarter. Sending a tight end in motion left. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And they will stop him at the line on what proves to be the final play of this third quarter. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the third quarter. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the fourth. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Back to throw, Hurts. Working the sideline, that's Goddard. And he crosses midfield before going out. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. They'll motion Smith left. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over it.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Now Hurts. That's caught for the first. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. It's a gain of 22. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And he's going to get this to the 29 before he stopped. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Eagles nearing a win here with a 14-point lead. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Here's another carry for Barkley. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. They get about 4 there, need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
That pass complete to Goddard. And he gets this forward to the 19. Working fast as the clock ticks towards 0. Hurts now on 4th. Throw is caught by the back. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15. They went for it and got the 4 yards they needed, and that keeps this drive alive. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions, you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
3rd and long for him here. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. That's Julian Blackmon. And the Colts get the football just short of their 20 after the interception and return.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
First down throw here from Richardson. Buying some time left. Now he takes it. And he's up across the 20 before going out of bounds.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right. And even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
And there's our last-in image of this game. It's intercepted. And the Eagles will be down inside the opposing 35 as they take over after that interception. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks them up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
This undoubtedly the final snap of what's already a decided contest. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Throwing deep for the end zone. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. That's Julian Blackmon. And the Colts make one of their best plays at the end, coming up with the interception on our final snap of the game. So beneath the chorus of Fly, Eagles Fly, it's a win for the Eagles. They did their part, Brock, defending the home field, using that advantage to secure the victory. We know home field advantage is a real thing. The crowd, they did their part too, adding to just an awesome atmosphere, helping energize those players at big moments of today's ball game.
Yeah, it is super fun to win on the road. I'm not going to lie, to quiet the crowd, but you know what's even better? When you get to celebrate with your family, friends, your hometown people, your community, and you know, more importantly, they played a role as that extra voice in that building, man. It is a rewarding feeling.
About 3 inches of the white stuff has fallen, and the prognosticators say still 3 to 5 more to come tonight in Chicago as we welcome you to football under the lights at snowy Soldier Field. Here's Cairo Santos now ready to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. Anthony Gold now to return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Ready up. Go.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Now it's Richardson. That is caught. He's across midfield, and he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. Well, forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
That's on the tackle, Braden Smith.
Let's go now.
Richardson looking to throw this. This one completes Alec Pierce. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy. But they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
And Richardson looks to throw once more. That complete to Downs. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Colts will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Williams. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. Incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw is Williams. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Bears first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the 2nd quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. To throw, Williams. He finds his man, complete. It's Kramer. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 8. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Let's go now.
Throwing is Williams. And that is incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here comes the Bears punter now. Deep to return is Josh Downs. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Richardson out of the shotgun. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and now fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Second and 10. Now Richardson. He'll drop this down to Taylor. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And the Bears in the nickel. No, wait, they're in the dime. 6 DBs out there on third.
Could play an exotic coverage.
Richardson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
On 4th down, the Colts will call it on Rigoberto Sanchez for the punt. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
To the air, Williams. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackman. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to one of the league's most recognizable homes, Lucas Oil Stadium, opened in 2008 here in Indianapolis. Matt Gay now ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lucas Oil Stadium. Here comes Williams on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Kenny Moore there to make the stop.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
They send him left out of the slot. From the 29. That's caught by Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Running behind center with Kamara. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Working out of the gun. It's Carr. Finds him over the middle. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Getting Moore there to make the stop.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. They're going for this. And they won't do it. That ball's incomplete on 4th down.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. That play wrapped up by Demario Davis. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. 16 yards on the play. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Finds a man right side. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Really Gay there on the tackle. So through 1, this game, more for you defensive maestros out there. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Lucas Oil Stadium after this. Ready now for our 2nd quarter. The Colts have the football. They have it 2nd down, well inside of field goal range. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Short pass brought in. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Offense in the hurry up here. They'll throw again. Richardson. That's caught for the 1st. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. Working quickly here.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
1st down from the red zone. He brings it in. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down With 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And they take it across the goal line for an Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts get the game's first points here in the second. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Here comes Williams on the return. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's a give inside to Kamara. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the shotgun, Carr. Throw right side, cut by Olave. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Juju Brents with a stop. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Carr here from the gun. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. Cut at the 20-yard line. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints earn the chance to tie before halftime. Blake Grupe to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Saints tie this game 7-7. Here's Grupe on now to handle the kickoff. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return.
At their own 24-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Taylor trying the left side. And finally, they're able to bring him to the ground. Colts operating from the hurry-up, rushing back to the line.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
2nd down carry for Taylor. And he'll get it up to the 44. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a 1st down pickup.
On the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. To the right and reeled in by Downs. And he's out of bounds. Looks like right at the midfield stripe.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Off the play fake, here's Richardson. Vacates quickly left side. He's running with it. They strike for 23 yards. And it'll be first down, Colts.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end. Only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that first down anyway.
On first down, it's Richardson. Bails out of the pocket quick. He calls his own number again. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 21. He's got Pierce. Has room into the secondary. And not quite a touchdown, but he's down to the 4 before going out. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. Taylor is in for the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts take the lead just before halftime. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Gay to add the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Colts break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Here comes Williams on the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. They go play action with Khan. He throws a bullet to the center. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Kenny Moore with the pick. And the Colts make the defensive stand and come through with a turnover in the final moments of the half. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Looking to throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Kool-Aid McKinstry has the INT. And the Saints are stopped on that return, so that interception is going to be the final play of this opening half. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. He's got a lane up past the 30. And an excellent return here sets them up almost at midfield.
Everyone spends time in that locker room, Kate. Offensively, defensively, rewriting your scripts, putting your adjustments and plans together for the second half. Special teams, guys, well, that's exactly how they wanted to start this second half, with an explosion and setting their offense up for success.
Now here he goes. And he's out of bounds after getting across the 45. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it's good for an Indianapolis first down. They give to Taylor, right side. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Brought down by Paulson Adebo. Give him 5 on that carry, bring it up 2nd and 5. From the 38. Gets this one to Pierce. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First down throw here from Richardson. Taken in by Pierce. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. From the 24. Headed out right. That's brought in. It's his back, Jonathan Taylor. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives him 1st and goal.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Rolling out to his left. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Throwing now, Richardson. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of...
Knew that quick. Okay, that's 3 wins, 1 loss for today. We'll catch one more and I'm out.